All right, we're going to cover up a Bleacher Report article. Haven't done one in a minute. Just wanted to see what they're posting and kind of seeing their articles what we can kind of dive into. So this is going to be for the NBA playoffs for 2020, updated odds, predictions, and for the NBA finals. So we got Mr. Jake Rill. He's going to be able to present his predictions for us. Of course, I'm going to give my take and kind of go on within here. Basically, number one, when it comes down to the title odds in the NBA, I think if you're a fan, you should have the Clippers one, the Bucks two, and the Lakers as a number three when it comes down to it. I know there's a lot of storylines when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers with Kobe dying, COVID going around, people saying this will be one of the greatest championships, the hardest. You got LeBron who's going to win his fourth championship, third franchise, third finals MVP. It's 2020. This has been a crazy year. LeBron usually has those storyline championships nowadays. And I've been around that trend ever since 2019. Before they even got Anthony Davis, I knew the Lakers would win in 2020. I've been sticking around it for a year and a half, kind of in that range. I didn't know they would get Anthony Davis. I knew they would get a superstar and pair LeBron James, but everything's lined up as it is. Now you have COVID going around. Especially whenever Kobe Bryant passed away, I knew the writing was on the wall. There's a lot of background stuff when it comes down to it, but my prediction is the Lakers will win the championship. They'll be in the finals, of course. LeBron will rack up his fourth championship, maybe his last. Let's see what happens there. But basically, if you're just kind of watching the game, you're not really looking to storyline, then you should have the Bucks and the Clippers in the finals, and most likely the Clippers to win it. But I mean, then again, I always use that in account, let alone the storyline, what's in the background. I'm not a gematria type guy, man. I'm not going to bring in about like the Masonic Jews and all this crazy stuff. Things are predetermined. I just kind of seen the trend in the NBA for the past couple of years, and I think the writing's on the wall for the Lakers to win it. I would be shocked, kind of storyline wise, if LeBron and the Lakers don't win it. If you have Giannis to beat LeBron or Kawhi to beat LeBron, I just can't see it happening. So I'm rolling with the Lakers. I've always stated in a couple of my videos since creating this channel a month or two ago that it would be the Lakers and the Bucks in the finals. And same thing with Mr. Rills actually going along here with LeBron leading the Lakers to the NBA Finals. So we do agree when it comes down to this. The Lakers are the number one seed. I know they're in the bubble season in Orlando, and there's really no home court. I know Avery Bradley's off the team, and the bench is kind of thin as it is. There's a lot of players that have to prove themselves. I just think they're going to squeak out a Game 7 victory against the Clippers if they were to meet in the conference finals. There's still a couple more games to where we have to find out the seedings. Maybe the Houston Rockets go up and they can get a second or third seed. Maybe the Clippers drop down to 4, or maybe the Clippers face off the Rockets in the second round, and that small ball lineup pretty much will take on the Clippers because the Clippers don't really have a true big. I mean, they brought in Jakeem Noah. They have Zubac and then Montrezl Harrell, but those are undersized guys. Zubac doesn't have the experience. I don't trust him. Jakeem Noah, he's the here or there, but Montrezl Harrell is the only undersized guy. But yeah, so next he has Giannis Antetokounmpo making an NBA Finals debut. Right now, me and Mr. Real are 2 for 2. I've been stating that the writing's on the wall. Giannis is going to win the regular season MVP. He's probably going to lead his team to around a 66 and 16 record. Not 66. I forgot they're in the bubble. But they'll be around, I forgot what the record is. Probably around I think they would be 58 and 14, something like that, if they win the next 6 games in Orlando. But yeah, I think this is a good storyline. LeBron will beat a superstar who has a back-to-back regular season MVP, kind of like Steph Curry in 2016. This would be a great resume for LeBron if he were to beat Giannis Antetokounmpo. I expect Giannis in the next couple of years, whenever he retires, to have at least 2 championships. I think Giannis is be an all-time great. Let's see here. So Lakers top Bucks in a competitive series. For myself, I've always stated the Lakers will beat the Bucks in 6 games in the NBA Finals. I know with the bubble, things are kind of unprecedented. It could go either way, but I stick around with it. LeBron, whenever he won his first championship, he won in 5 games. Then the next one, he won in 7 games. Another one, he won in 7. I kind of expect for this one, probably be around 6 games. I know for this, it's not really, objective when it comes down to it. Storyline's way different. I bring objectivity, three-dimensional thinking, what I've seen and on the TV or when they're playing the games, the background, chemistry, all that, intangibles, but also bringing in the storyline as well. Because I know you've had situations with referees like Donaghy, whenever kind of throwing games or going out for another team. I know there's probably NBA's best interest year after year and how much they can perform and do with the refs, or let alone maybe even star players will have to throw some games. I'm not going to go that deep, but I got the Lakers beating the Bucks in 6 games in the NBA Finals when it comes down to it. But yeah, that's how it comes down. Let's see what he has within here. I think this is the same article. Yeah, no, that's pretty much the article. I thought it would be a little more deeper when it come down to it. But yeah, we both agreed. The Lakers and Bucks in the NBA Finals. I know a lot of cats in the comment sections are going to kind of go way far end saying that's kind of crazy. I mean, I could care less. That's what I've been having for the past month or two since I made the channel. And since last year and a half, I've always stated the Lakers will win the championship. I didn't know if it will be against the Bucks or the Sixers. I've always had the Bucks overall. In the beginning of the season, people had the Sixers to be favorites in the East. I never had them there. I thought it would be the Bucks and Sixers in the conference finals. That's not going to be the case as of now. It's most likely going to be the Bucks and Raptors, maybe even the Celtics. But yeah, me and Mr. Rowe are 3 for 3. I got LeBron winning a championship in 2020 for this season. Going to go and beat Giannis and the Bucks. Let alone, I don't know how. I think it's going to be kind of close, but LeBron should win Finals MVP. I know Anthony Davis, since Orlando has been really cracking it up, and they're going to need him, especially deep down in the playoffs. But they're going to give it to LeBron. This may be his last championship. Who knows? Maybe they're going to set him up for a three-peat or something like that. I don't know logistically or how that would work out unless they bring a superstar player. Maybe, I don't know. I think if they win the championship 2020, which I expect them to be next season, you have a bunch of players like Dwight Howard, KCP, Rondo, JaVale McGee. They're on one-year contracts. I think they're going to leave to other teams to get paid. And I think the Lakers should go for Chris Paul if they're really trying to go to back-to-back chips or three-peats. But that's another subject, another story for another day. But yeah, me and Mr. Real, we agree on this. Lakers and Bucks in the finals. Lakers beating the Bucks, LeBron Finals MVP. Sticking with that. I know it's going to be a competitive series if they go against the Los Angeles Clippers in the conference finals. The Lakers do win on Anthony Davis and their bigs. The Clippers need to work on that as well. I just think the Lakers have better chemistry. They're really knotted in together, and they're focused on hungry on winning a championship. I think it's championship or bust for the Lakers. For the Clippers, that's not the case. But I'm not going to go too deep into it. I got the Lakers here. Congrats to Mr. Real.